Hello you beautiful lot, I am coming to you from the wonderfully windy Dartmoor this morning. The sun has just risen, as you can see behind me, and it was the most incredible sunrise. Honestly, Dartmoor sunrises are something so hard to beat. Just the way the sun bounces off the granite and the ferns, it amazes me every time. But that's not the reason why I am making this little video today. The reason I'm making this video is to apologise because I haven't posted on here for 9 months, and the last time you saw me I was in the middle of the longest hike of my life, like 1,500 and something miles between John O'Groats and Land's End. I was on the Pennine Way and then I stopped posting, and although I put a little picture up on YouTube to say that I was doing fine, I was just stopping recording for a bit, I didn't realise YouTube didn't work like Instagram, and so a lot of you didn't see that. And I've logged onto the account recently and there's just so many messages from you wondering where I am, if I'm okay, did I finish, what's happened, and I feel a little bit shit that I've left some of you worrying. And so for that I am really sorry. I feel quite guilty, and I am really sorry to worry you, because I do see how not posting in the middle of a long distance solo hike and not really giving any update can be quite concerning. So I guess this is where I explain why I stopped posting. The long story short of it was my noggin went to a pretty dark place. When you're hiking for that long on your own with no one around, like, it's not like your Pacific Crest Trail, it's not like your Appalachian Trail. You are on your own, especially going southbound, and when you have that much time on your own with your mind, it took me personally to a lot of terrible places, and I didn't have the distractions that I would have in my normal everyday life of friends, a book, YouTube, to not process some of that stuff. And so my mind was going over some of the crap I've been through. I've had a bit of a difficult life at points, and I couldn't escape that. And so having these thoughts going through my head while trying to shoot content for Instagram, shoot content for YouTube, I was just looking back at my face on the camera and I was just seeing this really sad person looking back at me, and I didn't want to see that anymore. I didn't want to spend my rest days editing looking at sad Becca looking back at me, to be honest. And I realised that something had to give, and so I decided that while I was still doing my updates on social media and putting some photos up here that apparently no one really saw, I was going to stop recording and editing for YouTube, just to give myself a break, to be in the moment, to rest and to be. And that's what I did. And it's amazing, you hear this story of hike your own hike, and genuinely that's sort of what happened. Halfway through the Pennine Way, I just began hiking my own hike. I had more campsites to rest my feet because the plantar fasciitis was killing me. I was getting better sleep, I was getting more rest, I was taking some rest days, I was seeing friends were joining me on the hike. Just something snapped, something changed me. I'd reached the bottom and now I was coming back up, and I would stop my hikes at 20 miles rather than 24 because there was a glorious sunset and I wanted to pitch and watch the sunset rather than try and get those miles. I hiked to a festival, a literal festival. I spent 5 days off trail at the Wild in Us Festival, raising awareness of the Dartmoor campaign, chilling in a hammock, sleeping in the woods, cooking over a fire, dancing to music, seeing friends, and it was that morale boost that I needed. I just ended up changing the whole entire way I viewed this hike, and after I started changing the way I viewed the hike, my mind started to change as well, and I ended up by the end of it loving it. Spoiler alert, I did finish it, by the way. 1,522 freaking miles from John O'Groats down to Land's End, then round to my home in Falmouth, which is absolutely insane. So I do have a Pennine Way video that I've sort of edited to get out to you. Starts off with me having a bit of a mental breakdown, which is just fantastic. It's what you always need. And then I did film odd bits of content along the way for the last 500 miles. So I don't know how I'm going to edit that up, but I basically just put a pause on YouTube because I felt like even though I've done other adventures, I haven't wanted to put them up because I just where to go from here. So thank you if you've made it to the end of this video. I am genuinely sorry if you were one of the people that was worried about me. I am fine, I did make it, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the last couple of videos of my long walk home. Cheers!